Morning, folks. This is Jason Good with the Good Life Outdoors. So it's the second weekend of rifle season. Now, if you saw my last video, you know that I had some issues with my shooting. And at that time, I wasn't sure if that was the gun, if that was the scope, or if that was me. So I found a local rifle range and went over there to sight in my rifle just to test, and found out that it was me. The gun shoots just fine, had a nice grouping with the target, and yeah, somehow my shooting last weekend just was off. Now, it wasn't off at the range, but I also had a nice rest and everything to make sure I was nice and stable on the target. So anyway, that's something for me to keep in mind as I am hunting this weekend, so that I can figure out the best way to get myself nice and steady in the blind, get myself kind of locked in as I am aiming at things. So I'm going to give it another go, and stick around and we'll get started. Whew. I just shot a buck. He's down. I mean, he dropped in his tracks. And that's the way it's supposed to go. Man, I was discouraged last weekend, but I have got some redemption now. That nice wide 8-point came out. Took a while. It took a long while for him to give me a shot. He finally turned broadside and quartering a little away from me. I shot, he went right down. So we'll go look at him here in just a few. But man, I'm shaking. I'm excited. It's a good thing, because last weekend I was really discouraged, and it was nice for this guy to come out right here at first light so that I could get him. So we'll go take a look at him here in just a few. Alright, there he is. He's a good looking deer. Just a beautiful animal, and feel fortunate to be able to take him home and feed my family with him. This is what it's all about right here. Just being able to go out into nature, get your own food, enjoy being out here. I'm really pleased. This is great. On closer inspection of this deer, he has got something weird going on with his jaw. So this lower jaw, the skin is pulled away and teeth are growing out kind of out of the bottom of it. This is a weird deformity. No, it's not anything I've ever seen. Well, I got him all gutted and skinned. The ranch that we lease has a walk-in cooler for hanging meat, so I'm gonna go put him in there and hang him for about a week, and that's going to help the meat kind of age a little bit, and keep it nice and cold without having to put it on ice and having the meat get wet. More I look into it, the more I've found that you want to keep that meat as dry as possible. And of course, here in Texas, when it's 75 degrees like it is today, you can't just let it hang outside. So I'm going to go do that right now, and then be able to come back next week and cut him up. I'm gonna go back out for the afternoon hunt. I chatted with our lease manager, told him about the deer I took, and he'd actually seen that deer last year. Some of the other hunters on the other part of the lease had actually wanted to shoot it then, and they hadn't had a chance to, and they hadn't seen it since. So he was really pleased that I took that one out of the population. He thinks that the deer had somehow got caught in a fence, and that's what had happened with the jaw. So I feel pretty good about that then, that it's been one that they've been wanting to take off the property. So plus he's a big old deer and it's going to have lots of meat. So I'm going to go out there and hunt this evening, see if a pig comes out or another deer. I mean, this one I can consider a cull buck. So if a nice big mature trophy buck comes out, then I'll have the opportunity to shoot that one as well. So I'm going to go back out and see what we see tonight. Follow along. Well, nothing to shoot this evening. Saw plenty. There was at one point in time about 6 deer at the 2 different feeders I have set up, so that was pretty cool to see. Nice evening, pretty sunset, so yeah, I can't complain about that. I'm going to move over to my other blind because the wind's going to shift in the morning. Cold front coming in, so I'm going to move over there and move all my stuff there tonight and hit it again in the morning. All right, last morning hunt before I head back to Rockport. Cold front blew through last night, so while I was hunting in shorts and no shoes in the blind last night, I'm going to be kind of bundled up a little bit today. It's not terribly cold, but the wind's blowing, so it's going to be a little nippy in there. But we're going to hunt this morning. I am going to go ahead and cut up my deer today. It's been hanging in the cooler overnight, which is great. Meat will be nice and cold and be able to transport in the ice chest back to Rockport. So let's see what we see this morning. That's gonna about wrap things up for this weekend. It's been a good weekend. Got to get a deer on the ground, some meat for the freezer. So yeah, I can't complain about that. Appreciate y'all following along. If you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos, subscribe to the channel. If you do subscribe, hit that notification button so you know when I post new videos. I appreciate each and every one of you following along. Y'all get out there and live the good life. Thanks a lot.